It's a dark and stormy night, and we're smoking G.L Pease Sparkplug through my custom built. I love this pipe. This is my first time trying this blend. So I like it so far, but I've really just barely started the smoke, so the nuances remain to be seen. I had a couple ideas for what I wanted to talk about today. What's on my mind, but I guess if I had to pick one that's most present on my mind right now, it's insurance. I know, it's kind of funny. Insurance. About a week and a half ago, we got hit driving one of our other vehicles, my wife and I, coming home from our anniversary, our day trip. We took to an old town that we used to meet at when we were dating. And anyway, guy pulled into our lane, didn't see us. We were in his blind spot or whatever. He was driving an F-250 or the Dodge equivalent, 2500. And we were driving a little Toyota Corolla, so we lost that one. Anyway, did some damage, and we just got an insurance payout. Or at least they sent us the offer. Car is 10 years old, had 140,000 miles on it, so I half expected them to go ahead and count it as a total loss and just pay out. But it's a very frustrating process if you ever dealt with insurance of any kind. You pay these people month after month of your hard-earned money. And since we bought these cars, they were under like a full coverage plan. And so for just the car, a 10-year-old car, paying $226. Now, I haven't gotten in a wreck since I was like 18, 19 years old. Quite a long time ago. I'm coming up on 30. So in probably a decade, I haven't gotten in a wreck. And my wife hasn't gotten in a wreck in 5 years now, 6 years maybe. And paying $226 a month for this freaking insurance, and then it happens, the wreck. And that's how it always goes. You call on the insurance, you've been paying the insurance, and then you need them. And all that money is a hell of a lot more that I have put in, is a hell of a lot more than what they have decided to pay me out. They lowballed me $1,000 under what the vehicle was worth, saying some bullshit about the roof, even though it wasn't like all coming down or anything. It had just come intact in a few places, and there was like a little scratch on the freaking paint job on the outside. And you know, I'm sitting here bitching about that, and at the end of the day, it's not that big of a deal in the grand scheme of things. You know, people got it way worse, but it just makes me think. Makes me think about insurance, man. And it feels like a scam, because you have to have car insurance to drive on the road legally. And so you got all these private companies that take your money every month. They raise the price whenever the hell they feel like it, whenever the market will allow them to. And, you know, when it comes time for them to help you out, they screw you over. And now the wreck wasn't even our fault, but the insurance is paying us out while pending the investigation and they're going to try to get the other insurance to pay for it or whatever. But in the meantime, my full coverage is going to cover the paying out and everything, and then they'll get their money back on the back end. So it's like they're most likely not even going to lose money in this or have to pay anything in the long run. The other guy's insurance will. But it's just, the way these companies operate is freaking ridiculous, dude. And that is more true of health insurance. Now, back, what was that, in October, November, whenever the CEO of the healthcare company got axed, and you had all this pearl clutching in the media, both from the right and left. You know, people like Ben Shapiro, people on CNN. A lot of these people were just like, oh my God, this is the worst thing. And I'm not advocating murdering people, okay? I'm not advocating for that. But it's like, why were people and like the general public so callous towards the death of the CEO? Could it possibly be because we all feel scammed by these private insurance companies that they take our money every month, they raise prices, and then as soon as we need them to come through for us, be it health insurance or car insurance or really any kind of insurance, these companies do everything they possibly can to not actually pay out and give us what we have paid for. The very policies that we pay for, they do their best to avoid and obfuscate. This is most diabolical with health insurance. People die because of this. Like, large numbers of people in our society, in America, die because of bullshit like that with health insurance, of these greedy companies refusing to pay out, or they'll do things like delay, throw every single bureaucratic red tape thing they can up at people, and then hope that you die before they actually cover everything. So you got people that they will skip insulin shots because they can't afford it, or not get proper treatment for a myriad of illnesses. You got people that can't pay for cancer treatment. Like, I'm sorry, if this makes me liberal to say this, then like, so be it. I consider myself liberal anyway. You should not go into life-destroying debt because of a medical issue that you can't help. And the fact that the way our system is currently set up with these health insurance companies, and they're just allowed to operate in this way, and they have the pharmaceutical companies and the insurance companies and whatnot, they lobby so hard up at Capitol Hill to our elected officials that our elected officials, our congressmen and senators, allow this disgusting system to continue. I don't know what the perfect solution is for bullshit scammy insurances, but we got to figure out something better than this. It's just ridiculous. And just dealing with the car insurance people, it's making me think about that. Once again, we're getting a payout. It's less than I wanted, but we're getting a payout. I'm losing a car, but I'm getting near its value. There's people in so much worse predicaments, and I've dealt with some of the medical stuff, having to go in and not having insurance and having that medical debt on your record for however long. You know, it sucks. The system sucks. The system sucks, man. It's broken. it just, I wish we could find out a better way. I wish our politicians would actually come together and maybe push something that was going to actually help the average Joe, you know, help the middle class. Man, the gap between the poor and the rich, it is ever growing wider. And this is one of the ways to get you. Got to keep the poor as poor. And the middle class suffers. And it grows poorer and poorer, and the rich go richer and richer, right? It's ridiculous, man. I can't stand it. I don't know. I don't have an answer. It's got me thinking tonight. Sparkplug is pretty good, though. If you are a pipe smoker and you haven't tried it, I would suggest you pick you up a 10. They sell it at Pipes and Cigars, Smoking Pipes, probably 4 noggins. By the blender G.L Pease. It's potent. It's got a pretty strong flavor to it. Not a super big nick hit, but anyway, yeah. Oh no, man. Healthcare, insurance, all feels like a scam. I feel scammed.